Hello, welcome back to HunterTuned. Today we're working on my Civic again, and we're going to be giving it some more goodies. First, I'm going to start the video off, and we're going to go mount my tires and put the new slicks that I got onto the new wheels that I got. So I'm going to cut to those clips real quick, and you guys can watch us mount the tires quick.
What are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
Well, I haven't cleaned the Mazda out in like 6 months, and it was getting pretty bad, so we're, taking advantage of Michael's work and borrowing a vacuum and a car wash.
Yeah. Look at those. Look at those.
That's the ugly side.
Yeah, we're saving them. It's a secret.
Right.
Oh, sorry. There.
Alright guys, we're back home now and got my wheels and tires mounted. They look freaking awesome. Michael had surprised me with a little friendly gift, and he bought me gold valve stems to kind of match the rest of the wheel and whatnot. It actually turns out really nice, and these things look freaking sick. I mounted one on the car, and you can kind of tell that the front end needs to come up quite a bit. These slicks are a little bit taller than the wheels that I had on there, and the wheels I had on there were rubbing a little bit already, so I do not want to wear through my slicks, so I'm going to have to raise the car up and set all that up for the tires. Not going to do that right now, but it's a funny story. I actually, a couple years ago when I was racing, I had a M&H Racemaster slick just like that, and the car was just a little bit too low to the ground, and it ended up wearing through the tire. So when I slammed on the brakes at the top of the track, I think I was doing 135, 138 miles an hour, I went to jab the brakes, and the fender, or like the inner wheel well, actually dug into the tire, and the tire popped. So I blew out a left front tire at 130 miles an hour one time, and almost hit the wall. So yeah, you got to make sure that you don't rub through your tires. We're going to end up, like I said, we're going to jack this thing up, get it level where I want it for drag racing, and then I'm going to get it aligned. But I don't have all my stuff yet. I still got to get my skinnies for the rear, and then I'm going to reset the ride height where I want it for the slicks and skinnies, and that's where it's going to stay with the street tires and all that too. So, but I did get another thing in the mail for it. This is a traction bar I bought from eBay. This is like, I forget the brand of it, but it's like the cheapest one on eBay. They're like 110 bucks, 120 bucks, something like that. They're pretty basic. It's just a bar that goes from where the tow hooks go. So on the car it has factory tow hooks where this bar will bolt on, and then it's got heim joints, adjustable heim joints that go connect to the lower control arm in the front. And this will prevent wheel hop. So when you don't have a traction bar, or like you got worn out bushings and shit in the front end, when you put power to it and the car spins the tires, it tends to wheel hop on the road, and the shaking and jattering on the tires and shit can end up breaking transmission parts and cause you to miss gears and all that kind of stuff. So a traction bar really helps out on these cars. And from my experience, it doesn't matter if you buy a K-tuned one or an expensive one, or if you just buy the cheap old $110 one. They're all the same thing. They do all the same freaking job, and the quality of this traction bar is actually very nice. The bar that connects the tow hooks is very rigid, very heavy duty, and the heim joints surprisingly are actually really nice. And this thing isn't no light piece of shit. I mean, I think a couple years ago when I bought one of these were a little lighter. I feel like they stepped their game up a little bit with these, and these actually seem like they're pretty decent quality. The threads are really nice on it, and the heim joint is pretty nice as well. It's got like urethane bushing in there as well, so yeah, seems like it'll work out pretty good. Now, these traction bars are on eBay, but they do not offer them for a 96 to 2000 Honda Civic, so EK chassis like I have. These are, this specific one that I bought is for like an EG or a Del Sol or something like that. And I bought this same one for my Silver Coupe back in the day when I boosted a single cam. I have a couple of those videos on the channel too. But I bought this same traction bar for that car, and the only thing that is different is the length of the rod is a little bit too long for an EK. I haven't tried this one out yet, but I'm believing that this is going to be too long, just like it was on the last car that I did. So what I did to accommodate, like I said, I don't know yet because I haven't tested any of this on the car yet, but what I did on my last car is I actually just cut the rod here. I cut this down a little bit so this could thread in farther, and then that actually alleviated all the issues there. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the tow hooks now so we can get the traction bar mounted, and then once the black bar is mounted onto the car, then I can move on to showing you where everything else bolts onto. All the way. Alright guys, so we got the traction bar mounted where the tow hooks are, like I said, and then there's two little plates that bolt onto the control arm here. I'll give you a look-ski potato. Alright, so these are the brackets here that bolt onto the lower control arm, and then the rod slides into here, the heim joint, and then bolts through the bracket that they give you, and then the other side goes right onto the hook, or the tow bar, or the traction bar, whatever you want to call it. Alright, and as you can see, we used the topmost bolts. There's a couple different bolt options you can use on these, but in my case with the EK chassis, some chassis may be a little different, but we had to use the top holes because the bar was hitting the radiator support down here, so we had to use those bolt holes, but everything is looking good. Getting everything bolted on here. And yeah. Teabag, that's not going to good job. Hey. Oh shit. Oh my gosh, look at my hood. Alright guys, we finished putting the traction bar in. I was going to show you quick what we got going on. Alright, so the traction bar is fully installed. These bars actually fit without cutting. They are very, like, almost damn near bottomed out on both sides, but they do fit, and they fit good, so that is awesome. The only thing we had to do to make them fit is we actually loosened up the bolts on the actual traction bar here so we could move the bar itself forward a little bit, and then once we moved the bar forward, the heim joint actually slid in here and ended up working out pretty slick. So when you bolt these in, it's got two little spacers here that go on each side of the heim joint, and then you run the bolt through with the nut. And when you put it all together, you tighten it down, and then you can spin this bar, you can spin it forward or backward, which will end up pulling on the hub and moving it forward or backward. Now you don't actually want the hub to move forward or backward. You just want the traction bar or the heim joint bar right here. You just want it to be snug. You don't want to be pulling the tire forward at all. So I tighten it up until you can see this move just a little bit, and then back it off. Like I said, you just want it snug. You don't want to adjust these bars so it's like cramming the hub forward or backward or anything like that. So yeah, this thing's all dog pile chicken smile. Looks pretty slick on this thing. Hopefully it fixes my wheel hop. But unfortunately, it started to frickin' rain. So I don't really want to drive the car in the rain because I'll fry out another O2 sensor probably. And I don't want to do that.
So next we're gonna adjust the coilover so the fenders or the tires don't rub on the fenders, and
That side's really easy. Just
yeah,
take the fender off.
yeah, too. I mean, we can just pull the fenders off and run her. Or you'd be a real man and buy a 3-piece front end.
Yeah. You want to give me $1,000 bucks?
They're 800.
Oh, okay.
About the same as you spent on those wheel tire or the rims tire setup.
I know.
Could have bought a 3-piece. We've been done with it.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna have to raise the car up a little bit.
You're riding the fender over there.
Here too.
Hey, your fender looks normal. You break the zip lock? Yeah, what zip that?
Is it riding on the fender?
Oh yeah.
Houston, we have a problem.
You can make them. What the fuck are you doing?
Alright guys, we got the traction bar all installed onto the car. Got the wheels mounted, or got the tires mounted onto the wheels. Clearly I have to jack the car up because with the car on the ground, the fenders actually touch the tires. So that is no good. I planned on raising it up anyways, so I'm just going to have to do it whenever I get my skinnies here. Gonna get all the tires on, and then take it to get in alignment. And after that, we will hit the racetrack. Unfortunately, the racetrack was supposed to open this coming weekend, but is now canceled because of the weather. Wisconsin is kind of bipolar and doesn't know if it wants to give up winter yet. It's still a little bit cold, and they don't want to race quite yet, which I don't blame them. This weekend is supposed to only be like 30 degrees, so gonna have to wait. I don't know if they plan on trying to open the following weekend, so next weekend. That would be really cool. Hopefully I'll have the car done by then. I mean, it's ready to go now, but I'd like to get my skinnies in the mail before then, which everybody seems to be out of stock. I'm looking for 24 by 4 by 15 skinnies, and can't seem to find them. But I'll do some more digging tonight and see if I can find them for sale anywhere. But anyways, kind of wanted to go over quick the traction bar with you guys and what it does. So those bars pretty much just connect the lower control arm to the front of the car, like the frame part of the car. And when the car spins the tires, it's not going to chatter because the traction bars are going to hold the control arm and like the hub and the whole front suspension solid. It's not actually going to allow it to, you know, bounce around or dance around at all. So that is good. That's going to save me on transmissions, and it's going to save me on wheel hop. So a lot of times when you put these on, they give you more traction because the tire doesn't have the ability to get airborne and come like off of the ground or hop or jump around or anything, which causes wheel spin a lot of the time. So maybe with the same boost level and everything that we're at now, maybe we'll be able to hook third gear just putting the traction bar on with the same tires and everything. I highly doubt it, but we'll try. If not, it'll be a lot smoother spinning and is a lot more, you know, it just feels better when the car spins freely without hopping around. So anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I got everything else kind of buttoned up. I also found out that Michael did not tighten my catch can fitting. There was a fitting down here, one of the block-off fittings was actually loose. So it was leaking oil out of there, like onto the transmission and all that down there. I thought my axle seal or something was leaking again, which it wasn't. And I bet you this axle seal wasn't even fucking leaking. It was probably just that catch can fitting the whole freaking time. But got that sorted out. That's all tightened down now. Not going to leak anymore. And yeah, this thing is ready to go. I'm kind of pissed I can't drive it tonight because it's freaking raining out. So hopefully we'll get some dry roads tomorrow and I'll take this thing out. But I got a crap load of injectors to flow again, guys. I'm not complaining one bit, but I have to flow some more injectors. I put my test rig away today because I cleaned my garage up. You probably can't tell anymore because we've been wrenching, but I cleaned the garage up today and I put my injector tester away because I didn't get any orders for like 2 days, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's dying down. But then I just got a couple more orders tonight, so I'm going to be flowing some more injectors for you guys, gladly helping out as many people as I can with these injectors. I wanted to also state that I am including O-rings now with every set of injector purchase that you guys offer, or that you guys purchase from me. The O-rings are included now, so that should help a lot of people out, to help them fit into their Honda Rail or whatever vehicle. I actually had a guy just buy some for his DSM, so they can fit multiple cars. You're just going to have to kind of figure out the height adjustment, whatever you're going to have to do to the fuel rail and all that. But compared to a lot of injectors out there, I mean, I've seen RC injectors that are used or whatever that guys run, and you put them in a flow bench like this, and they flow like shit, like complete junk. When I send injectors out, they literally flow exactly the same. If there's any variance, it's maybe 2 to 4%, which is nothing. These injectors, for the most part, flow perfectly. The only ones I have issues with are the regular truck style. A lot of the regular truck style ones flow differently for some reason. Like, some of them flow like junk, and then some of them flow really good, and I only match the ones that flow really good, obviously. So I think this whole decapped injector thing where you have to flow them, these ones you really have to flow. The flex fuel ones are a lot more stable, I feel, when you decap them, as long as you know how to decap them right. Because if you decap them wrong, they can leak and flow like shit and whatever. But the way I decap these flex fuel ones, I went through, I think, 36 injectors, and I think I had one that flowed different, or one that flowed like less than all the other ones. So the flex fuel ones, they work really good. I like the flex fuel ones a lot more than I do the regular truck style ones. But like I said, if you got a single cam, the regular truck style is the way to go. Or if you have like a regular truck style LS motor, they're definitely the way to go. But anyways, enough with the jibber jabber. I'm going to pick up tomorrow on this thing, hopefully get some more done on it, and we can go drive it around and test out the traction bar. I hope you guys are excited for that. And yeah, maybe we'll adjust the suspension and stuff so we can fit these big old frickin' meats. But thank you for watching, guys. I will see you tomorrow, and always remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and if you made it all the way to the end, you should hit the like button. Subscribe if you guys are new, and actually, you guys should hit the like button if you made it all the way to the end, so I know how many people make it all the way to the end. That'd be a cool experiment. That'd be a cool experiment. But anyways, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, and comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of today's video. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at huntertuned@gmail.com for anything I sell on my website or any services I may be able to offer to you. Also, if I don't respond a lot, like like a Facebook message or Instagram message to some of you guys, I apologize. I've just been getting a lot of messages and stuff lately, so it's kind of hard for me to respond to everybody, make videos, work on my car, work on customer cars, tune frickin' computers, all that shit. It gets a little overwhelming, so I apologize if I don't respond to everybody, but I try to respond to the majority of you and keep everybody happy. But anyways, thanks for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.